Hey y'all. All right, Nick here, and I am bringing y'all in. Y'all ever seen them videos where it's like coming clean with me? So we're gonna do that today, but I wanted to shoot a video to talk to you guys about taking time to reassess your life, reassess where you are often, and constantly working to get your life in order. Okay, so I'm gonna be moving around, y'all. Okay, y'all know I keep these reports and I keep sharing with you guys because I just feel like it's important. Like, people don't show the behind the scenes enough of what it takes to build a business and pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, and get things in place. And a lot of times we show the after, but we don't show the before, and we don't share enough about the process. Okay, so I will tell y'all, my house is in utter chaos. All right, my house is in utter chaos. And if this is your first time joining me, hey y'all, my name is Nicole Cooper. I am an online business development consultant, a business coach, a business mentor, and I'm also somebody who just believes in being transparent about the journey of pursuing your goals and your dreams and doing the things that you feel led to do, right? So I shoot videos often. So if this is your first time joining us, hey, welcome. But today I'm going to talk to you guys about slowing down to speed up and putting systems in place. And some of the things that I am learning how to do to take control of my life always, right? To really not give room for the for the unpredictabilities, right? That is going to happen, but not letting that dominate how things roll. And here's what I mean by that. Whenever you're building a business, y'all know we're launching my husband's company. And it's been very different for me because most of the businesses that I build are usually in the digital space, which means that I do spend a lot more time on the computer, but it's not as laborious, right? It's not as much physical engagement and process. So since we've kicked off 3 weeks ago, almost a month now, it's been full steam ahead, all hands on deck. But what that means is our personal life has been an utter, it's just been like, it's been crazy, right? So, we launching my husband's cooking business, but we ain't been doing no cooking, right? We're doing all these things, we're moving. And so it's been grab and go. We haven't really had a routine yet, and we're going to get that in order. And so, he's gone out of town. I'm home. And I said, this weekend, I'm not doing anything but getting our life in order, right? So I'm in the house today. I'm going to organize. I am going to put a housekeeper on payroll. Let me tell y'all something about our lives. Your most precious asset, y'all, is your time. It's your time. You can, make all the money in the world, but if you don't have the time, and I know for me in this last month, I haven't had the time for me. I've barely eaten. I went on the scale today and I've lost like 7 pounds because I've been running. I forget to eat. So thank God, usually my husband will make like some salmon or something and it'll be in a refrigerator. And so I would grab some lettuce. We keep like a thing of spring mix lettuce, organic. And then I'll grab that, wash it off, throw it in a bowl and throw some salmon on top of it. Or if we have some grilled chicken, I'll throw it on top of it, put some, some kind of, some nuts or something on top, some sliced almonds or whatever. And that would be like my whole meal for the whole day, right? Or unless he makes me an omelet or something. But because we've both been moving and doing a lot, we have not been very, we haven't had a lot of time to get our structure in order. So today I was exhausted. Y'all probably saw my stories. I just spoke with the trainer, hiring a physical trainer to get my body back in shape and all of that. And I was too tired to get up to work out this morning. I was just like, I am exhausted. So I was reminded of something that I teach a lot of my coaching students when it comes down to building a business. You are going to have 2 options in business. You can work in your business or you can work on your business, right? And I've been working in it. So now I'm like, okay, it's time to work on the business. It's time to create some structure, create some systems, and take control of our lives. Because what usually happens is we just let it run amok. We'd be like, oh, this is a part of the process. I'm just going to deal with it. And my friend just inboxed me. He was like, oh, you about that team no sleep? I said, oh, no, I'm too old for that. I'm all about team sleep. It's about getting rest. And I'm not going to work my fingers to the bone for no money. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to work myself to burnout or exhaustion. I've been down that road before. So I know that there's sacrifices you have to make on the front end, but I have enough wisdom and enough experience to know what to do when things begin to get chaotic. So I'm going to share with you guys how to begin to put some systems in place and how to begin to create control over what it is that you do, right? And we'll talk about a few compartmental areas of that and what that needs to look like. So one of the main things that I really want to get in order is our household, right? Your house is your headquarters for your life. If your house is in chaos, that means your life is in chaos. That means that everything else will be in chaos, right? If I showed y'all our house right now, it is like embarrassing. It is stuff everywhere, okay? And I probably should show y'all, but I don't want to show y'all, right? It's just, our dining room table has been like a shipment station. Our kitchen has been a kitchen, a commercial kitchen, right? It's just all this stuff, right? Clothes, I've been washing clothes, but they need to be folded. It's a lot of things. So one of the things that I've learned many, many years ago was to hire help, okay? Hire help. So I hired a housekeeper that is going to be coming. We start next week. And I was like, okay, it's time to put them on bi-weekly status, right? But here's the thing. A lot of us feel like we can't afford it, or we could do it ourselves, or we can do this. Now I'm going to get our house in order. But when it comes to the deep cleaning, I'm going to hire help for that. And the reason why is because deep cleaning your house takes energy, and I need my energy to be going into the right direction. So instead of me running around the house all day, because here's the thing that we got to understand about your environment. If your environment is chaotic, you can't see straight. And I was talking to the fitness trainer yesterday, and we were talking about working out from home, right? And I was like, that don't work for me. And here's why. When I'm at home and I look around, all I see is a project. I see that the kitchen needs to be cleaned. I see that the clothes need to be washed. I see that my bed, I want to go get a new bed, right? We got a queen size bed for me and my husband. We both almost, I'm 6 feet tall. He over 6 feet tall. We were in a small apartment before we moved here. So we had a bed according to the size of our apartment. Now we're in a bigger home. And I'm like, okay, we need a bigger bed. I want to make the house tranquil. I want to make the house a home. We're in a rental right now, right? But I'm like, we need to make this house a home, right? So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on making the house a home, but I'm going to hire some help to keep it clean. Not to say that the kids don't do their job. Kids still do chores, but I'm like, this needs to be a part of the budget that every other week we hire somebody to come and do a deep clean. What is a deep clean? They're the ones that's going to scrub, help like with the showers. Y'all know these showers in a mobile building and stuff like that. I have different things that I spray. But when it comes down to like deep cleaning with mopping the floors and deep cleaning with the bathrooms, we get the kids to maintain them. But when you hire a housekeeper, what's beautiful about it is your whole house clean all at the same time. The issue is when you got to do it, you might get one room straight, but the other rooms are all chaotic. So I've learned that in order for me to function at my maximum capacity, I need my environment to be a tranquil place and space that supports me with the energy that I need so I can be at my best. So right now, the way that this house is, and like I was talking to the fitness trainer, they was like, work from home and this. I'm like, no, it's not happening. Because when I look in my house, I cannot function fully when I know that it's all this chaos. The clothes need to be folded. The closets need to be organized. This needs to happen. It's not happening. So I'm going to make, my husband's trying to call me. I have to call him from another phone. Chloe, call daddy from the other phone, please. He's trying to call. But I'm going to make room in my budget to have a housekeeper come every other week to do a deep clean. And then what that does is it allows the maintenance of your home to be a lot easier, right? Another thing is our yard. It's been raining like crazy in Texas. So we were going to go buy the lawn equipment and do all that. And my husband was like, let's hire somebody. And I was like, no, we don't have a lot of grass. We're going to hire somebody to come, pay them the $35 every other week and to come, right? So getting your environment and your place in order. But secondly is organization. Having a disorganized home creates dysfunction for you. And so what I'm starting to do is starting to create systematic areas. Because even when I think about food, right? It's like, I got to get organized in my weekly meal prepping so that I can get the food that I need. I can't be functioning around here with one meal a day. It's not going to happen. If you don't give your body the proper nutrients that it needs, then you're not going to have the energy. You're not going to have the focus. You're not going to have the drive. Y'all, yesterday I was so dead to the world. And I realized like I ain't ate really hardly all week, right? My husband, he'll get up in the morning. He baking first thing in the morning. He starts baking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then by the time the kids get up, he'll make a quick meal. Right, Lynn, right? Can't stand when things are out of place. Yeah, and he'll bake and then he'll make me some breakfast. And that's probably all I'll eat for the day. He might make me an omelet and some bacon or whatever. But I was just with my son at the gym. And I was like, okay, it's time to get the kids' habits right? He playing sports now. We all gained weight over the pandemic because we was just eating just emotional eating. So I was like, well, if I'm going to have my son conditioning and my daughter conditioning, you need to be conditioning too. You need to start meal prepping the food for everybody. The family needs to have a system for their food. We need to know what we're going to be eating daily to have nutritional things on our plate. And it can be as simple, you guys. And so my husband's going to be doing some demonstrations. We're going to be doing some co-cooking classes so that we can begin to talk about meal prepping for our lives. Like, how can we spend 1 to 2 days a week planning out our whole week's meals so that we're getting what we need? What kind of nutritional supplements do we need to have? Because unfortunately, in the world we live in and today in America, you're not getting a lot of nutrition from your food. So you guys know that I'm with an online shopping club who has these vitamins, and I thank God for them because they give me that energy boost that I need because I know my body is getting the nutrients even when I'm not necessarily getting it from my food, right? All of that stuff plays a role in your peak performance. It plays a role in how you function, how you operate, your level of focus. Like, listen, y'all, 3 years ago, I was at rock bottom in my life. My health had deteriorated. Everything fell apart for me. Everything, because when your health is out of order, you're mentally out of order, right? I was mentally out of order. I thought I was bipolar. I felt like I was a manic depressant. I felt like I couldn't control my life. I felt like I couldn't get a grip. I couldn't even think straight. There's this, and I didn't even know it was a thing, but it's a thing called fuzzy brain, right? Where I couldn't remember anything. It's like my brain couldn't connect the dots. Right? And I was like, God, I know I'm sharper than this, but for some reason, there's a disassociation in my brain. Like I was like, am I bipolar? Am I losing my mind? And all of it played a role for my health. I had hyperthyroidism that turned into hypothyroidism that also turned into Graves' disease with some slight Hashimoto's. I also had adrenaline fatigue. I had all this crap going on in my body, right? Then I had fibroids really, really bad, right? Which is like being pregnant forever and never giving birth to the baby. So all my nutritional supplements were being zumped out of me. There was no nutrition going through me. My acupuncturist was like, your body doesn't even retain nutrition. She was like, if you're taking any supplements, your body can't even process them. So nothing in my body was working together. My metabolism was off. My metabolism had collapsed, right? And what that did is every single part of my brain was dysfunctional. It was like I couldn't function, y'all. And I remember, because y'all know I run my own business. So as an entrepreneur, the downside of being an entrepreneur is even if you have staff, I feel like I was too small to really have what I needed to function at that time. So I remember turning away so many thousands of dollars in business because people would come to me with projects and I was like, my brain can't even process that. And instead of taking those projects, I was just doing little added in mindless things to make money because I couldn't use my brain fully, right? So what that taught me was the power of nutrition. It taught me to be aware of what is going on in your body, to start being able to support your body the way that it needs to be supported, and to make it a priority that when you feel yourself slipping, you catch it. So like this morning, the way I felt, I was like, oh no, but we're not doing this every day. Like I'm not running around here dog tired, dragging myself around. I'm not doing it. I don't care what business I'm running, how much money is involved, none of that. So immediately I woke up this morning, I was like, okay, Nick, you got to get a grip, baby, because we don't have time to have sleep in Saturdays. Like we got stuff that we got to do. We got to be at our peak performance. We have to be in a position where our energy levels are high, where we are functioning at our highest and best, right? Functioning at our highest and best. So let's talk about functioning at your highest and best, okay? So when it comes down to life, all of us have our highest and best selves, and then we have all these other things up underneath it that will consume us, okay? So for example, The highest and best me is when I'm operating at a higher level of visionary and understanding operations and understanding how to systematically put things in place to function in a way that I can stay here and I have the support that I need to do that, whether that's in my house, whether that's in the kitchen, whether it's hiring a chef or whether it's doing meal prep, whether it's hiring a housekeeper or whether it's having a no work day so that I can do the housekeeping or get my house organized or get it in order, whatever it is. Because either you have the budget or you don't, right? If you don't have the budget, then you got to have the time. So I'm not saying this in a way that everybody can't feel like, oh, I can't do that, I don't have the budget. No, you either are going to give up your time or you're going to give up your money, right? If you don't have the extra money to give up at the moment, then you need to be able to invest your time. So you got to make time, right? So that's where I was this morning. It was like, what do you need to make time for to operate at your highest and best self so that you can create systems in place and get your life back? Because I'm not going to lose myself like I have many, 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 many times before, burning out. Not doing it. I am not doing it, right? So being able to think about my highest and best self, for me, y'all, everything that I do is always thinking about business is my life. Business is my ministry. Now business is a part of our family. But I even run my family like a business, right? So I begin to get my kids because we were a nomadic family and because we've always moved around, we had a lot of dysfunctional operation. We didn't have no routines because our life was unpredictable. We didn't know where we was going to be a year from now. My kids used to always ask me like, Mommy, am I going to the same school next year? Are we still going to be here? And I had to literally look them in the face and be like, baby, I don't know. Because we moved every year. Sometimes we moved twice a year. Why? It's just something that I wanted to do. But I realize now, that was an interesting way to live, but it also has a detrimental outcome sometimes, right? So we are recovering from that because now we're looking to create more routine for the kids so that they can have more predictability, right? So when you see yourself making mistakes, you got to correct. You got to course correct. So I told my daughter this morning, I said, hey, I need you to get in that room and this is what you got to do. If you don't get that done, you go nowhere. There is no weekend. This is our responsibility, starting to create chore charts for the kids, making them be a part of the cleanup, get in that bathroom, do this, do that, clean up behind yourself, wash your laundry on the weekend. I'm not washing laundry anymore, right? Teaching the kids how to separate their clothes because I hope you know how to separate clothes, right? Most of us, I got to college, y'all, people that know how to separate clothes. Just in case you need a little tip, keep it simple, darks, lights, and whites, and towels, right? That's what my mama taught me. Darks, lights, whites, towels. Okay. So we started putting our kids on payroll. When you incentivize them, they motivated, but they begin to learn how to work for what they want. So in a second, they get payday. I just went to the bank, got some cash, and they about to get hardcore cash in their hand. They both earned $50 last weekend. Now they're starting to understand what it means to work for something, right? To begin to put some effort into something and to be reimbursed. And if they feel like they're ready to quit, guess what? The paycheck stop and don't come asking me to buy, V-Bucks or no whatever the heck they be wanting to buy, right? So anyway, beginning to run your house like a business and beginning to run your life like a business. Because what happens is when you begin to run your house and your life like a business, you make things a priority and don't allow them to slip up. So the kids with the chores, it's starting to get them to be responsible with that. Another thing is getting our schedule in place. What are our working hours that we're going to be working? Because we work from home, we got to create working hours, right? What are the non-negotiables in our household? What are the absolute things that we're not going to do or allow to happen in our household, right? Beginning to put those things in place so that now everybody kind of has an understanding of what's expected of us in our household. We're not just floating as the wind blows and whatever happens. Because most of us live our lives that way. We're like, it's just rough right now. The pandemic is happening. The kids are at home. It's just a lot going on. I just can't. Well, what can you do so that we can have some control? Because what's going to happen, y'all, is life is going to float on past us and the stress levels are going to be high and it's going to play a detrimental role on every area of our life, especially your mental health, right? Yeah, Lynn said balance creates productivity, right? So, and I tell my kids all the time, like, I'm prepping you for when you become an adult. Like, this is not, you want your home to be a safe space, but you also need it to be boot camp for your babies. Because I tell my kids all the time, when you're grown and you're out of here, you got to learn how to function without me. So when we're in this house, it's not just about you laying around and being taken care of. It's about you understanding how to actually run an environment, to be in control of your environment, and to create a space that you know how to have responsibility over, right? So beginning to run things like a business and beginning to have operations and systems in place that you get going. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing this weekend is getting in this kitchen and meal prepping, right? My husband is gone this week. He's our cook, right? And he's gone. He'll be gone for, quite a few days. And so it's like, all right, step up, right? There's a lot of single parents out here doing it all, making it all happen. There's no excuse. So we'll go and we'll do some bulk shopping. I'm going to look at some healthy meals to kind of pre-prep. We'll cook twice this week. And we're going to make sure that we have those little containers. And you guys can buy them at Walmart now, where you have your pre-made food. So when my kids get home, they can just warm up their food and they can go ahead and eat, whether it's some chicken and rice in there with some broccoli, whether it's some salmon, on a salad or whatever. But they will know that when you're hungry, you can just grab something out of there instead of going to the pantry, eating some cereal, which, poor things, they've been eating a lot of cereal lately, and chips and, the junk food that just depletes you and actually is horrible for our bodies, right? So getting that in place. So organizing our space, putting systems in place, and beginning to run our household and our life like a business. And another key thing that I got to do, y'all, is make time for self-care. Right. So we're talking about I was talking to these two fitness trainers yesterday, and they were saying, you're good at what you do. You're good at business, and you're good at, you got the discipline for this, that, and the other. But what you're not good at is putting yourself first. He was like, you put everything in front of you. Right. So you don't have time to work out. You don't have time for self-care. You don't. I was like, you know what? You are so right. Because everybody know when it comes to, I love business, right? I love building companies, and I love that stuff. But sometimes it could be to our detriment, where we running around here all day doing that. And then you passing up every day to get to the gym. You're not getting to the gym. You're not working out. You're not walking. You're not moving. You're not, giving your body what it needs. You're not taking days off. You're not giving yourself some type of mental support to manage your mental health. Because if you don't stop, you will burn out, right? So making self-care priorities, I was like, Lord, I need mani, I need pedi, my hair need to be done, my eyebrows need to be arched, I need to stock up on, get ready for a trip that I'm going on, right? It's like all these things that I've been pushing off. And so it's like, all right, let's get that back on the calendar. What day is my all about me day? And I read an article years ago from a girl that I follow, and she said she had a standing like reflexology appointment, right? Standing massage appointment, standing things that we think is extra when it's actually necessary support to just nurture our bodies, right? And to give our bodies what it is that we need. And so I got up this morning, y'all, and I was like, all right, your girl slept in until about 9:30 this morning. That's the first. All week, y'all, I functioned off of 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Me and my husband, because if he's staying up late at night baking or working on something, where we were finishing up the cookbook, we got some other things we're launching, we were working on. So if he stayed up, I stayed up. I was like, I'm staying up with you. I'm gonna help you with whatever it is that you got to do. So, and my husband is a worker. He is a worker, right? So he's gonna stay up until the job is done. So I will be up with him till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But guess what? My body naturally, even this morning, I was exhausted. But at 4 o'clock on the dot, my eyes pop open. Whether it's I got to go to the bathroom or whatever, but I'm wired to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't care how dog tired I am. I'm up at 4, so I was up at 4, right? And so I was like, okay, I got to get back to getting my 6 hours of sleep. Like, y'all, sleep is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. My friend was like, oh, team no sleep again. How? Oh, no, sir. We're not playing that game. I don't care what got to get done. Your girl got to get 6 hours of sleep. And so it's like that's where the systems come into play. That's where the structure comes into play. That's when getting your life in order and having a process in play. So even with our business, we're creating baking days, shipping days. We're beginning to look at hiring some support, right? I'm going to work on getting a personal assistant, an executive assistant. And let me just tell you guys something about life and business, right? Because a lot of people, and this is for all of you guys who might be looking and be like, I don't know. Everybody has a different perception of you, right? They be thinking, oh, you should have this and you should have that and you should be doing this and you should be doing that. So I live a very humble life, all right? I got rid of a car I had a couple years ago with a huge car note that kept giving trouble, and I got a minivan, right? We live in a humble house. It's a humble home. We don't own it. We're renting, and we plan on buying soon, but we live in a humble house with a very affordable rent, which is gonna change. We're buying a house this year, and Austin has doubled in value, y'all, in the last 6 months. Like, it's crazy, but all the prices of houses in the city of Austin and surrounding areas have almost doubled in price in just the last 6 months. That's a whole nother story, right? But we live a very humble life. And people always look at me, and I just won a car a year ago. I bought my mom a car instead, right? Because I could have went and bought me a brand new car, and I bought my mama a brand new car instead, right? And my daughter keeps saying, Mama, we need to get a Range Rover. We need to get a G-Wagon. We should buy, we should get, and I'm like, that's not a priority for me right now. Because here's the thing, you guys, making money is easy, but building long-term wealth is the game plan. Okay, got cut off. Building long-term wealth is the game plan. So a lot of times we feel like I deserve this. I'm going to get this. I'm going to have this. And I do feel like I deserve luxury vehicles. I feel like I deserve a big house. I've worked my tail off since I graduated out of high school as an entrepreneur, but I don't feel like I've built wealth to the place that I deserve to be spending a lot of money on consumerism. I just don't. I'd rather have extra money to invest in staff to grow and build something. So I don't go out here and go buy a lot of big stuff. My daughter is laughing at me because I have this raggedy wallet, right? And yes, I should invest in a very nice wallet. I do have a nice name brand. I don't even know if this is a Gucci or Chanel. What is this? Got a Gucci purse, right? I don't care about this stuff, y'all. I got this Gucci purse. She was like, Mama, you need a Gucci wallet. And I'm like, I don't care. Can it hold my credit cards and my debit cards? Can it hold my money? Can I move around, do what I need to do? I don't make those things a priority right now because my focus is long-term wealth building legacy, getting my credit right, being able to be debt-free, having trust, life insurance policies, making sure that my taxes are in order, having the funds to invest in staff, having the extra money to hire help when I need it, right? Whether it's a housekeeper, whether it's a chef, whatever it is. But a lot of people don't teach us that. They're like, oh, you ball and get that money. You got to look like money. If you met me, I don't look like money. I do not. That's not a priority for me right now. I want to look like I'm on a mission and I got a lot of stuff that I have to accomplish because I'm not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about when I leave Chloe. Me and Chloe talk about it all the time. When I leave, you got to pick up where mommy leaves off. She may be the one to live the glorious, fabulous life. That is not my mission. My mission is to establish wealth and actually teach my children the things that I wanted to be taught. Do I still want to live nice? Oh yeah, we're going to have all that. Give me about a year and it's game over, right? We're going to be able to build all those things. But a lot of people have watched me over the years make tons of money. Making money is easy, but can you get money to work for you? One of the best things I did last year, I made some really good income. I put it in stocks. I put it in cryptocurrency, right? I got multiple life insurance policies. We're building a trust now, having a will, being able to start flipping how you live your life, building a company and a corporation that pays your bills, being able to have trust where you can build and create investment properties and all these different things that are the intangibles that most people don't see when they see you visually. So when it comes to how you succeed or how success looks for you, that's how success looks for me. So I'm not the person that you would see me pushing in a Maserati or a Bentley or a Rolls Royce truck. That's just not where I'm at in this stage of my life. I'm still gonna get put my hands to the plow and build something so that I can get money to begin working for me, and I can also have a predictable method of wealth being established, meaning I got multiple ways that money is working for us so that by the time I'm 50, how old am I now? Y'all, my birthday is next month. 6 years from 50, right? 43. By the time I'm 50, oh, we're good, right? We're good. So your 40s is your mastery season. And so right now I'm mastering all the stuff that I've learned over the years. That's why I can get into my husband's company and build it so fast. And I know what we need, who we need, how to build it, where to go, how to develop it. Like I've developed the skill of learning how to build businesses successfully over the years, had a heck of a lot of experience. And now it's time to implement. And I love his business model because it's tangible. It's not just a digital business that is, roaming around on the internet. We had that too, but I love the tangible piece of it. But I want to put that out there because a lot of you guys, my aunt told me in LA, when folks got their stimulus checks, they was running to the Gucci and the Prada store and the Louis Vuitton store. And everybody want to show people what they got by what they wear and what they drive. I'm not that chick. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. When I ball out, oh, you will know. Right? But that's not a priority for me right now. My priority is having the resources that we need to grow and build something, right? The ability to have this business for my husband and be able to have other income streams to where we can reinvest the money that my husband is making in his company right back into his company, right? So let that be just a little heads up for a lot of you guys that might be listening, that when you make your money, don't blow your money. Put your money back into things that are going to grow and multiply and give yourself a chance to get to those seasons of your life where you are in position to start having this luxury, right? So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys. These are some of the things that I am working on. So today I'm going to go through this house and do a clean sweep room by room, start getting stuff in order, start setting up systems, getting a meal plan going for the week, starting to create a routine for our company. We have shipping days now. We have baking days. We have content creation days. I'm hiring a local personal assistant so I can stop doing all the mediocre stuff like running to the post office and all that stuff. Love it. It's fun. We did it for 3 weeks. And I'm like, okay, now this is something somebody else could be doing while I'm in the office working on the marketing plan, while I'm working with my staff and my team on reproducing content and being able to do different things. Because as you begin to build your businesses, guys, what you have to do is begin to separate the two. Which ones are income producing activities and which ones are support activities? Income producing activities is the stuff that I absolutely need to do that's going to make us money. Support activities are things that absolutely need to get done to support you, but there's something that you can delegate to somebody else. So that's what I mean when I talk about housekeeping. I ain't got to do that. Does it need to get done? Yeah. But do I feel less of a woman because I don't do it? No, not one bit. Right? Same thing for running errands and going to the grocery store and all. I don't have to do that. Instacart can do it. My assistant can do it and all those things. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Different people are in different stages and different phases of their lives. You got to pick and choose what works for you and what that looks like. But I love sharing these things, guys, because we are, as I said, we're a month in and it has been a hard run month, right? And so now that we're getting on that 1 month anniversary, I'm doing an assessment. You're welcome, Lynn. Thanks for listening. I'm doing an assessment on, okay, this all has been fun, but what do we need to do differently to function differently? So today I'm going to be setting up a shipping station, right? Today I'm going to be organizing our paperwork and getting our bookkeeping in place. Today I'm going to be working on a job description for our assistant. We're going to get a local personal and executive assistant. I've already scheduled the housekeeper. I think I talked about the meal planning and the meal prepping. Starting to work on inventory, right? We're going to get some support people for my husband. So movement is happening. Productivity is happening. And I am excited because I'm finally going to make it a priority to get my training center together where I'm going to be teaching y'all these things, taking you with me on this journey, where I have a training community where it's just a monthly thing. You join us and I'm gonna put everything in that one place because I don't have time to create this course and that course and this launch, and I don't have time for that. I love courses. I love launches. I love programs. I do that for a living for a lot of people. I actually, before we launched my husband's business, I was about to launch a high ticket program. I'm still going to do it. I'll be launching a program to teach people how to become consultants. If you want to learn if you're in the digital, it's really for digital marketers, people who are in the online game. What I do for a living People pay me 5 figures for 90 days for support, right? A lot of people don't see that. People pay me, 5 figures for 2-day VIP days, right? I got 2 people about to fly in that are paying me super high ticket for my time for 2 days to help them build out their programs. So these are things that I do that most people don't see. That's what makes us money to sustain us, right? My digital marketing agency makes us money. I have people on retainer every month. We do their content planning. We do their social selling and their social media prep. We do those things, right? So I literally have a whole nother side of me that most people don't ever see. And I'm realizing I get many people want to work with me, and I got to turn that business away. So I was like, I got to teach people how to do this, because there are a lot of folks with a lot of money ready to hire some people, and they'll pay you well, right? I have a lot of people pay me $2,500 a month. Some people pay $5,000 a month, right? Some people pay $7,500 to $10,000 to come work with me for 2 days, right? Because when we sit down, y'all, I know this game. I know this game in and out. I've been doing it for years. I'm good at it. The crazy thing is I haven't done it for myself because it's time consuming, and I just need to make time, right? So I'm gonna start doing it now. The consulting thing is totally different. I was supposed to launch that where I taught people how to become digital marketing consultants. That was my goal. And let me just tell y'all real quick, this is because I believe in spirit and alignment, right? I have been working on that. I paid 5 figures this year for a mastermind group, multiple 5 figures. I'm in a mastermind group. We pay a lot of money every single month to be a part of this community. These people make $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000 a day. Some of them make it a month, but most of those people are 6 figures and above in one launch, right? And so I was going to launch that, but y'all, every time I sat down to put my program in place, nothing was coming together. I changed it like 3, 4, 5 times, and I kept trying to get it going, and I just didn't have a mojo for it. I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to build a 12-month program. I don't know if I want to build a 6-month program. I don't know if I felt so indecisive, and I was praying like, Lord, I can crank stuff out for so many other people. Why can't I do it for me? And so I had to keep pulling away from it, right? I was like, I'm gonna launch this day, and my team was like, okay, we launching. And I was like, y'all, I don't feel it. Like, I don't know what's wrong, but I can't get it right? And then this came up for my husband. And although it's a huge financial difference, because y'all, I could easily be making $100,000 a month minimum, easily 3, 4, 5, $500,000. I know I will get there as soon as I finally, began to do that. But I don't feel like that's where God wanted me in this season. And here's why. Not he don't want us to have the money, because that's coming. But I felt like he wanted me to have my house as a priority. And my husband was sitting over there trying to figure out what to do with himself. He's been supportive for me all these years. He had a vision, things that he wanted to do. And for years, he would ask me stuff. And guess what? I always put him on the back burner because I was working on a project for me or for a client. And I felt like the Lord was like, make your husband a priority. Make him your client. You be the best. You be the best support system for your husband. Stop being the best support system for everybody, all these other strangers. Yeah, they pay you money, but he keeps your house in order. Support your husband. And let me tell y'all, best decision I ever made. Don't regret it. I don't miss that I didn't launch a high ticket program. And I even realized that God wanted me to help the average everyday person, right? I've been running from it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't want to help a bunch of folks who's trying to figure it out. I didn't. But then and the reason why is because it's a lot more work. But when I started working with my husband, he showed me that this is the audience that needs you, right? My husband was the person that was starting from scratch. He was the one that needed to figure this out. And he showed me that this is all the people who, like y'all, watching every single day, and they just need one person to help show them the way. And so I was like, all right, Lord, you want me to do it? I'm going to launch this program. Most people are, I got a bunch of people like, why would you waste your time doing low ticket stuff? You out there selling $20 cookies. Let me tell y'all something. These $20 cookies changed our lives in 3 weeks. Y'all see it. God is moving in these cookies. And it's so much bigger than the cookies. It's a ministry. It's a ministry about husband and wives working together. It's a ministry about how to build something. It's a ministry about walking by faith, even in the things that look crazy, right? There's a scripture that says, God will take the foolish things of this world and conform them to become wise, and confound them to become wise is the word that he uses. To me, it's like a cookie business was a foolish idea. But guess what? It's been the game changer that has been a ministry. I just got off the phone with my aunt. She was like, Nisi Poo, I'm watching you. Yes. She was like, yes, everything you doing. Yes. She said, I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. Yeah, I've been running businesses for 20 plus years. I ain't never got that level of celebration. But a cookie business? Like my phone stay ringing. My inbox stay popping. People just like, I'm so proud of what y'all do. I'm like, cookies? Like, for real? And it's because it's not about the cookies. It's about the ministry and the message that is being displayed behind what it is that we are doing. And I want y'all to understand that sometimes God's going to pull you in a completely different direction than you want to go. You see the big stuff. And there's another scripture that says, help me out, Lynn, if you're on here. It talks about a man creates plans, right? But God directs his path, right? So a lot of us will come up with a plan, but God got us going in a totally different direction. So you got to be okay with God saying, no, we ain't doing this. I want you to do this. And you got to learn how to surrender, trust, and walk by faith and not by sight. And be okay with a small beginning, right? Be okay with working hard in the beginning. A lot of us have been very groomed for instant gratification and for working smart, don't work hard. No, you're going to have to do both, boo. You're going to have to work smart. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have long hours. It's going to be inconvenient. It's going to be hard sometimes. There's going to be frustrations. Things will go wrong. Stop believing that everything's going to be perfect, because it's not. But when you operate in faith and do what God has called you to do, then everything will come in order. Because let me tell y'all what happened since I started doing this cookie business. Y'all know how many people hiring me now behind the scenes? I got 7-figure deals knocking on my door, okay, for consulting. 7-figure deals where people are like, hey, somebody's looking for somebody. Thank you, Lynn. Here it is. So, okay, 1 Corinthians 1:27, God has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things which are mighty. There you go. And what's the other scripture about God directs our path? Man plans his ways, but God directs your path. But yeah, deals are coming from everywhere. Say hi, Carson. You can come say hi. And so business is coming from everywhere. People are wanting to, hire me for different things. That's why I was like, I got to teach y'all how to do what I do, because I want to transfer more business. I turn a lot of business away. So don't despise small beginnings, but take control, y'all. Step your game up. Like I was like, this the year I'm unapologetic about our wins. This the year that I'm not going to walk around and play small and, try to hide my gifts and, lower myself to make people feel comfortable. If you aren't comfortable, unfriend me. If you don't feel good about what we're doing, I had somebody get in my inbox the other day and had something to say. I checked her and read her all the way through. Yes, I'm saved, but I will check you if you come at me the wrong way, right? And I will cut you off and I will block you and you will be removed from my life, because I'm not allowing anybody to throw me off from where God has called me to be and what he's called me to do. And so we have to be very, very bold and very forthcoming about what God gives us a vision for, that you protect it with everything you got, right? Like I am completely unapologetic about what's going on. Why? Because we paid many, many dues. And like I told y'all, I was at rock bottom in 2018, had nothing. Like I let everything go. I was losing my mind. Let go of my place. I moved back home. Our marriage was in the tank. We almost divorced, y'all. We went through a separation in 2018 because I felt like I was losing my mind. I just didn't want anything anymore, right? And so thank God I had a husband willing to fight for our marriage and a family willing to support us through it, right? So I want you guys to understand, like, all that glitters is not always gold. There's a story. Like they say, you may see my glory, but you don't know my story. But the thing is we got to know that at the end of the day, God has equipped you to rise up and take control, have dominion. He told us, have dominion over the earth. That means that dominate where he places you and where he plants you, right? You come say hi. Dominate where he places you and where he plants you. And make sure that you commit. Make sure that you commit to the path that God has given you. Lynn said Psalms 37:23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Yes, and there's another one. I can't remember what scripture it is, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it. So yeah, y'all, that's what we got going on. The kids, you got to step up. So the kids, y'all, listen, I went and got cash, right? $100. They got cash, and I got them a bunch of like $5 bills, because what we're going to do is, this is $100. And the kids have earned $50 last week, right? We paid them for their working at vendors. But I taught them there's 4 ways that you got to split your money when you get it. Chloe, come here. Hurry up. Do you remember? Come here. Hurry up. Hurry. All right. So Chloe's going to tell y'all, this is how I'm teaching the kids what to do with the money. What are the 4 ways?
Spend, save, tithe, invest.
Slow down. First one is what?
Spend.
You have a spend account. The second one is a what? Save account. Then the third one is a what?
Tithe.
A tithe account. And then you have a 4th account. That's what? Invest, okay? So I let them have their spending money. They have to save some money. They tithe, and then they invest. And I actually,
do we borrow?
oh, there you go, Carol. That's the one I'm looking for. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails, right? So, and what that means is that's Proverbs 19:21. Thanks, Carol, and thank you so much, Lynn. Y'all pulling these scriptures out. That's right. Hold on, Chloe. Let me finish talking. And this means that you can have all the plans you want, but God's purpose is going to prevail if you surrender your will to Him, right? So anyway, spend, save, tithe, invest. These kids actually, we started an investment account with them, y'all. They are investing in cryptocurrency. My kids and my nieces have cryptocurrency accounts. Teaching my whole family how to invest in crypto. We've developed their investment accounts. We got them with life insurance. We're building their bank accounts. We're about to incorporate them so that they can be on payroll. Because when
$50 separated,
you got it $50 separated. Because if you run a business, you can employ your kids. I think it's a certain age, but we're going to incorporate them. They're going to have their own business, and they can earn up to $10,000 a year, and you can write it off on your taxes. Now, don't quote me. I'm not an accountant. See an accountant. Get the proper instructions for it. But we're going to be incorporating it. Both are going to have their own companies. They're going to have to pay taxes on the company, but the company can earn $10,000. And guess what? The company will have their investments account set up. Their company will have them on payroll, and they'll officially be in business, right? So anyway, did a lot of talking. But I just wanted to get this out. However it came out. Y'all know I had these spur of the moment things. And these are my teachable moments. And I was thinking about it while I was driving, and somebody has asked me to please stop doing videos while I'm driving. So I'm stopping. I'm trying to wait till I get home. And so I'm making sure that I spill the beans. Whether it's an hour long, take it. It's a lot of nuggets. And yeah, it's here. And it'll be on our YouTube channel. And then we'll be going more in depth with these things inside of our upcoming training, which I plan on. It was supposed to be launched I think we're launching it on the 15th of May or something like that. But we'll have a pre-sale where y'all can join in advance, and I'll start doing some private coaching and stuff where y'all can ask me anything. And I bring on guests and all that stuff. So anyway, that's it. I'm done.
This is Chloe's.
This is Chloe's money. Yeah. All right, so they each got their $50. So I'm done, y'all. That's it. I hope this has helped y'all. If this has helped you guys, share. But I got a lot of work to do. So it's time to turn some music on up in this household and get to cleaning and organizing and systematizing and getting some structure in place. Okay? All right, y'all. Love you guys. Have a great and awesome Saturday. Bye.